Hi guys, Paul Heffernan here. Hey, this is video 15 and it's actually on this I'm going to talk about and you'll understand this, the I'm not good enough syndrome. Okay, and people say, what do you mean by the I'm not good enough? Well, many people I talk to understand in their life, I've gone through life always wondering, am I good enough? Now they might have put a persona on the outside to go, make themselves look good, but inside they're always going, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve this. I'm not as good as them. And a lot of the time, that's us actually looking outside, okay, looking at others and comparing. You see it with social media. See a lot of young people on social media looking at social media and comparing themselves and go, I'm not up to that. I'm not that good. I'm not good enough. And, and that's when I deal with a number of young people and I talk about that social media stuff. And I'm not saying social media is bad. I use social media, but I use it in the right amount. I'm not on it all the time. I am a lot more today because of my business, okay, in terms of actually on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, etc. That's a channel for what we do, so that's pretty important, but that's for the videos. It's for me giving information to people, supplying information. So that's where the social media is good. But when you're looking at on Facebook and you're getting into groups and you're looking and comparing and and the makeup and everything, especially for young people, it's just I call it dramatic. It's just tiresome. And it just eats away at the self-esteem of individuals. Because what we're doing is looking outside to fix the inside. And that's where your mind shift creates. It's an inside-out job. We've got to look at ourselves. We've got to look at what's going on for me to be this way. Today I don't actually really worry about what people think of me. I know I'm a good person. I try to help people. I've brought up 5 children. I've been through my rocky patches in life, and my wife and I were talking about it today in the van. I said, we've done our learnings. We've had our experiences. We've been through the rough patches. We've come out, thank God, we've come out of it. But now I don't look, I always look inside me. If I've got a problem, I go, what's going on for me? That's what mind shift's created for us. The ability to actually analyze myself and know exactly what's going on for me, where it's come from, what the issue is, and I know how to fix it. And that's why, I am good enough. And, I had a friend round and he's had a bit of a shady life, but he had his partner sort of going, you're not, really being critical and judgmental. I said, mate, there's nothing wrong with you. You're a good person. I know that. I wouldn't have you in my home if I didn't think that. And you're always welcome here. And just his whole face, the emotion, you could just see my wife picked it. Said, our friend got a little bit emotional there. He appreciated what you were saying, and reinforcing that, because we were all born well, okay? We were all born well. But then we start to look at the outside. I remember growing up I grew up in a state house, which is supplied by the government. And I thought everybody in New Zealand had a state house. I thought we must have been a communist country, but we all had state houses. But then I went to a private boys' school. My mum sent me down the road to a Catholic boys' school. I had to get the train there, and all my friends went to the public school where we grew up in Nainai. And what happened was I got these new friends, and they had these big flash houses in Waterloo and Woburn and that, and it was all beautiful homes. And I said, oh, is this a state house? They said, no, this is my dad and mum own it. I went, wow, that's when I first learned, and I was probably 12, 13 at the time, or 11, 12. And I realised people owned their own homes. And that set a goal. That was, for me, my goal. But, it sounds a little bit, like, what do you mean? I said, well, that's what I knew back then. And I looked, and so I got envious. I got a little bit jealous. I got, why can't we have our own home? Why are we poor? Why haven't we got this? Why? And we always had food on the table. Mum and Dad were loving. My mum was a wonderful person. My dad was a good person, except he'd run off and go over to the hotel and start drinking. And he wasn't violent, thank God, because a lot of my other friends' parents were, and very dysfunctional. But, we always had people coming into our house. It was always open. There's lots. But, I always remember going there and realising that all these people have these flash houses, and their fathers worked in these flash jobs and private sector and government. And my dad was a gear meat worker and worked at the meat works, And, and all of a sudden my self-esteem, I didn't feel, so I tried to build myself up. And but over time, and I share that with people because many people relate to that. They get it. And so I didn't feel good about myself. I always was comparing. I'm not good enough. And it took a number of years. And then I started to realize I was good enough. And we're all good enough. There's nothing wrong with us. If we keep looking outside for the solution for the inside, our life won't change because we'll be looking for other people to fix us. You know, with Mind Shift, I don't fix you. I don't tell you. I show you a program you can work which will actually remove those negative emotions which are hooked in. And part of that is I'm not good enough emotion is sitting there as well. But once you've worked through Mind Shift, we release those negative emotions. And then we create the vision, the goals, the daily program, the mind thought consciousness, you know, the pit to the helicopter. We create all that for you so you can create your new life. And you do feel better because you're not being dictated by the emotions of the past anymore. You're dictated by your vision for the future, and you'll go and reach that and achieve that. So that's what I talk about. You know, it's an inside out job, but also just want to say we are good enough. Okay. You're good enough. I'm good enough. I'm a good person. You're a good person. I hope you got something out of the video, and we'll talk again soon. But hey, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.